RSS feeds allow you to stay up to date with brand new blog posts for websites, and in n8n it makes it super easy to set up. Today I'm going to be showing you guys both the node as well as the trigger in n8n. You can see these over here. This is a workflow we're actually going to be building out together that grabs new posts from OpenAI as well as Microsoft, and then generates an email and then sends it over to us. So just to show you that, this is effectively our email. Each of these headers links directly to that specific article. And we have a very quick summary over here, 1 to 2 sentences. Super easy to set up as I show you with this workflow. And then we're going to also cover the node trigger. So a lot to cover in this video. Let's jump right into it. So first thing, what I want to cover is, where do you find the RSS feed at? So if you go over here to the search bar, I click plus and you just type in RSS, you'll see that we have RSS read and then also RSS feed trigger. So for this first one, we're going to generate this email. We're actually just going to use a feed trigger. How we're starting this off is we're just using the manual workflow trigger. So if you add another trigger, the trigger manually. And then what we do is grab 2 of these RSS. So go RSS and grab RSS read. So the thing that takes the longest amount of time, honestly, with RSS is finding the URL, because it's not always super easy to do. So you can see like OpenAI, I had to go to openai.blog/rss.xml. And then over here in Microsoft, English US research/feed. This was the RSS feed for that one. So how I would recommend, you could do a few things. Number one, you could search Google and try to find it on there. The second thing is, I would just recommend you take a look at a tool like Perplexity. Just prompt it. Hey, I'm trying to find the RSS feed for this website. Could you locate it? If those don't work, you could use another LLM. You could use like a Claude, or you could use, something like a Chat GPT. Ask and see if a website has that RSS feed available to you. All right, jumping back in over here. So those were the only things that I put in over here. You can see add option. You have options for custom fields, which I didn't really play with on this one. You could ignore SSL issues. Again, I just really mess with it because OpenAI as well as Microsoft are secured. So we created 2 different branches. Now to limit our results, what I put over here is a limiter. So limit node is very simple. You can either keep the first items or the last items. Choose what you want. I just kept it default for the first items coming in over here. I did max of 2. So you can also sort your items as well. And let me just show you that, because I did forget to put this in over here. So you could do a sort, and there's other options, sort random or code. And maybe you want to sort the results coming back from the RSS feed in some capacity. So I go from RSS feed to sort and then limit. I did not do that for this video. Now thinking about it, recording live, I should have. But just to show you what these results look like, I have 791 items in over here. And you can see we have the published date and it's based around there. So you can see these are December 17th, 16th. So this is published with the latest item being at the top. But if you want the oldest, you would use sort in some capacity. But that's why we have a limit, because I don't want to have 100 items. So I just put a max of 2 over there. OpenAI, by the way, and I should say this for all RSS feeds, they have different sections on the output. So OpenAI is nice. You have title, link, publish date, the content associated with it, content snippet, good, as well as ISO date. And Microsoft, if we run this over here, you'll notice we have creator, title, link, publish date, encoded, snippet, creator, content, snippet, good, categories, ISO date, enclosure. Microsoft also, I want to say, is ordered by publish date. I can double check. These content pieces tend to be long. Yeah. So the newest is at the top. Obviously, you can add in filters. You can add in what you want over here. But I just put the limits for each of these just to show too. Is this one by default has 10, which I find a little bit interesting as well. All right. Regardless, to get back into this workflow, the next thing I want to do, and imagine you have like 10 sites. I'm just using 2. We want to standardize what we're grabbing from these sites. So typically you want to use an edit set. You just go over here and search for edit set. And all I did is I grabbed in the title, the content, as well as the link. And I just called these title, content, and link. Like as easy as it is. I did the same thing on Microsoft as well. Title, content, and link. And the reason why I did that in particular is when it comes to the merge node, a lot of people get really confused with this merge node. So if we have two different sources and we have the same exact headers for these sections, you can just append them and it kind of stacks them on top of each other. So you'll notice that we had 2 inputs here, 2 inputs over here. So this will turn it into 4 if I run this. So I'll just run it for you guys now. I thought I pinned this data, but I didn't, but that's okay. And actually I want to turn this off. I don't want to send the email again. But you can see we have 2 items coming in over here, 2 items right there, both go into the merge. They stack on top of each other. This actually didn't pick up the content snippet, which is kind of interesting. We have content. Oh, you know what it is? I actually messed this up because this should have just been content for both. I guess my first version didn't save. Should have just been content. So if I go back over here, oh, you know what? It's actually because I pinned this data. There we go. All right, so now it's accurate. I'm like, I know I changed this. Cool. So you can see title, content, and link, and these are all over here. We'll keep the error in because just to show you, everyone makes mistakes, especially me. But yeah, title, content, link. Make sure these are always the same. The next thing what I do is I have summarize over here. And the reason why is I want to send all this information into my AI agent all at once. So what we have is the title, we have the link, and then what we should have over here is content, not content snippet. So I'll just throw that back in. And you'll see everything is concatenated together for these 4 specific articles. I also put a separator. This one probably should be a new line instead of content in space. Or I could just put over here common space. It should be fine. Or you could specify what you particularly want. We'll just keep it like this. And why we want to have this is we want to have specifically one item go into our AI agent when we're building out a particular email. So all I give it is a prompt. You're an email newsletter writer. Use the title, links, and content to fill out the template below. Remember, summary is only 1 sentence. Put in title, links. This again should be just updated. We'll go back over here and update this as well. Just go over here, execute the step. Cool. I'll just throw that back in for our contents. Great. So we put all these over here, and then what I do is I give it an example of the HTML body that I want. I would recommend, if you're not familiar with HTML, just generate this with your favorite LLM. And again, very basic. I could have stylized this way better, but I didn't. You can see the examples over here. Great. And a lot of context being sent in, but we have essentially the contents, links, and titles. And then what I'll eventually do is just generate that HTML body, which I showed you guys over here in my email. So it builds out these. This links over to that specific article, has a 1-sentence summary associated with it. Why I have this HTML after is I was just testing this directly in n8n. I find this to be pretty helpful when you're doing some type of newsletter generation, just to see what it looks like. So I just put JSON output, I put generate HTML. And then if you want to send it as an email, what I did over here, super basic, resource message operation send. I put my email in here, but you could put your email, subject RSS video HTML, and I said JSON to HTML. And again, just pass it across the board. And this is the email. You can see it says this email is automatically sent with n8n. If you want to remove that, you just go over here, append n8n attribution, and turn that off. But yeah, pretty easy. So to walk through this again, right, we started with a manual trigger. We grabbed OpenAI and Microsoft. Just remember how you grab stuff from these websites through RSS. It's going to be different across the board. Some things are going to be similar, but what I'd recommend is, number one, limit your results or add some sort of filter. Then I would edit the fields so that way they're one-to-one across every single site you're taking a look at. Use a merge node with append. Use a summarize, throw everything together so it's one item before you move it into your AI agent. In your AI agent, make sure to have HTML in there. You can preview it with this generate HTML and then send an email. This was literally a comment in the video. Thanks for the stuff. Oh yeah, I tried to thought of a nice system n8n, follow a structure. So RSS feed news, kind of just based around that. And this was an idea I had for a while. So I just needed to finish this for YouTube. All right, the other part of this is the RSS feed trigger. Really quick before we do jump into that, we do have a free school group as well. We'll put it on the screen right now. We're, I think, over 350 members in there. I'm super active as part of that community as well. I'd love to have you be a part of it. You can find a lot of the JSON in the videos, like this one over here in that group. A lot of different active members as well, posting challenges and things like that. So if you'd like to join our school group, it is linked down below in the description. All right, jumping into the second thing that we use for RSS. This is actually a trigger. So whenever there's an update from an RSS feed, it starts a workflow. So since I showed you an email one, I'm not going to do that in this example, but it's very common to have an RSS tree figure, do some configuration, and then also send an email automatically based around it. This case, I wanted to just literally go into a Google Sheet and append it in. So all I did is use this example from the n8n blog. So they're using LM evaluation framework. I just grabbed information title, link publish date. I just called this document the RSS feed demo, just to show you how this populates. We have title, link, publish date. I'm going to click execute step, and you'll see that this automatically populates there. We have the link to the n8n blog posts, and you can go all through this, which is pretty cool. So you can find out when this website updates. And for the RSS feed for n8n, it's blog.n8n.io/RSS. Again, I found that, I want to say, through searching through Perplexity, and you can see it's a little bit different. Creator, title, link, publish date, encoded, snippet, creator, content, snippet, good. You have categories associated with it, as well as ISO date. And that is our trigger. I pinned it just for testing, but if you have your workflow is active, which if you're in n8n v2, you're gonna have to publish it, version it, right? I'm not gonna do that for this video. Then this trigger will automatically work. Just make sure you publish it, otherwise it will not work. All I did is go to Sheets. There's native data tables that you can use as well, but you can say Google Sheets, and I just appended a row in Sheet. How I did this is I connected my Sheets account, which I have a full video on that. I found my document. I wanted to use RSS feed, find the specific sheet, mapped manually, and then grab the title, link, and publish date based around that. So those were two use cases. Second one being Google Sheets, a trigger, as well as the native nodes also built in over here. And I showed you also how to build out an email template. Hope you guys found this valuable. For learning n8n, we have well over 70 videos here on the channel. So click on the screen to get into our playlist. Thanks for watching. Make sure to subscribe, and see you guys in another video.